What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live for Sports Wars Sunday. My background is blurred. I don't know why. That's how Jeremy does it, I suppose. I'm on Jeremy's streaming setup. So that's why my background is the way it is. I'm on Jeremy's laptop, Jeremy's mic, all this shit. There's a freaking fire alarm going on in my hotel right now. That's what the flashing is. So if you're epileptic, sorry, you might be dead now. I don't know exactly why that's happening, but at least it's not blaring like it was about 10 minutes ago. But we are live. Nothing stops the show. I am in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Me and Jeremy are here to watch our friend Suresh from 221B Tactical. He's running an Ironman right now. As I'm sitting here in my hotel room, he did the swim earlier today. He's in the middle of about 120 miles or whatever it is on the bicycle. So he's out there pedaling around. He's doing the Ironman. We're here to support him and cheer him on. So that's why I'm here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. But the show must go on, so it will. Beardo, what's up, man?
Nothing much. We had a good slate of college football games yesterday, even though the Trojans lost. It was a good game. And then last night we had two really good games at the same time. Alabama, Georgia, and then Oregon, Penn State went to what, double overtime?
Yeah, it was a good one.
So it's good, man. It's good. And Jackson Dart gets his first start today, and he's already talking shit on Instagram, posting pictures of Justin Herbert's girlfriend, Madison Beer.
Was that real or not?
Everyone's saying it's real and that he took it down quickly. Like he posted it and then took it down.
The problem is that would be so easy for one of these engagement bait, like things to. But if Jackson Dart did that,
that's wild.
It's bold.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's some wild stories about Jackson Dart. There's that chick who like complaining about the Ole Miss quarterback who cheated on her or whatever. And there's like Instagram, there's like tribute reels to Jackson Dart. With his ex-girlfriend talking about him cheating on her with a bunch of people.
Yeah,
and then it's like Jackson Dart, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, he cheated on me this many times, and then it just goes into just Jackson Dart highlights at Ole Miss.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
So hopefully this will stop flashing. I don't fucking know. I hear sirens, so maybe I'll die on stream. Right. Will from Game On, what's up, man? You look like you're traveling as well.
No, I had a bad week last week. Lost the house. We're in a closet right now, but we're getting it back this week. I love the slate. No, I'm down here at my pharmacy. It's inventory day, and we're like a old school pharmacy, like gift shop out front and whatnot. So there's a lot of shit in the pharmacy. So there's a company here right now, like tallying everything up because this is the end of our fiscal year at the end of this month, and you need a pharmacist present. So I get paid to sit here, stream with you guys, and watch football today. So it's a pretty good deal. But I'm doing good. Excited for today's slate.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we got a lot. We got NFL going on right now. Minnesota Vikings and Pittsburgh Steelers. Not the first international, because I guess they did Brazil, but the first one in Europe, in Ireland. I think they're in Dublin.
Correct.
And that game started off like with 25 consecutive completions between both quarterbacks. And then Sam Darnold threw a pick. Or not Sam Darnold. Sorry, Carson Wentz. Hard to tell them apart.
Yeah.
And I apparently threw another. Full disclosure, I picked the Vikings in this game. I don't know. Beardo, who did you pick?
Agreed. This morning on Game On, I picked the Vikings.
Will, who did you pick?
Same.
Well, you might put us down there. So speaking of Jose Contreras, who tracks all of this stuff, right?
Yep.
Jose Contreras for a buck over on Rumble. Last week, Ryan, 11-4. Beardo, 10-5.
Fuck.
And Will was 7-8.
It was rough.
Damn. Not just 7-8 against the spread, just 7-8.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I knew it was going to be an upset week, and we did have some upsets. I just picked the wrong upsets. So.
You picked the wrong ones.
Will was preaching to us. Week 3, man. Week 3. Week of the dog, man. You guys are crazy. You guys got to be going with the dog.
Well, and then, I mean, we did have a huge upset with Green Bay. You know, we did have that.
Right, yes.
The only one I got right was the Panthers. So at least I had that going my way.
You crushed that one. But overall, so far in the NFL this year, I am 33-11. Beardo's 32-12. And Will is 29-15.
And if we're also being fully transparent, me and Ryan texted each other, Jose Contreras, Jose Taco. Me and Ryan texted each other on Thursday before the game so we can be held accountable. And I said, I have the Seahawks tonight, minus the 2.5. And then he agreed he had the Seahawks as well. So I don't know if you want to count that, Jose Contreras, but we did have the Seahawks on Thursday.
And I said Seahawks, it is going to be a close game.
Yeah.
And it didn't look like it was going to be for a little while there, but they finally scored a little bit at the end. So if you want to track those, Jose, who did you have?
I had the Cards.
You had the Cards. So let's make sure we track those then. 100%. Let's make sure we track those. Let's get into some super chats. Then I want to talk about some of the big upsets we had in college football. I think 4 top 10 teams lost, and some of those were tough matchups. But there's going to be a big shakeup in the top 25, obviously. Then we got to talk a little bit about MLB baseball playoffs, and then we'll head right in to our picks for this week in the NFL. Zenny Biscuit for $5 says, my Panthers and Patriots will probably end in a tie.
My Panthers and my Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay.
You never know.
It's a wild combo.
Yeah.
It is. But thank you, Zenny Biscuit.
Thank you.
Stephen De Leon in Buffalo for the game. Bills Mafia. Notre Dame rules all. Shout out West Texas. Gonna get white girl wasted. I'll make y'all proud. Thank you, Stephen De Leon. Do it. You better.
Light yourself on fire and then jump through a table.
Light the table on fire, then smash through it. And then
you can do that too.
Alex, Green Bay and Jags will win. Meta PC, RK Outpost, or Beardo.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, Alex. Jonathan Bordeaux, soon. LOL Mets will be back on the menu, boys. Hey, the Mets, they got to win, and the Cincinnati Reds have to lose for the Mets to make it in. And you know what I say? Good. Fuck the Mets. My man, Matt Wilkins, I was just hanging out with him last weekend, went and saw a Rangers game with him. He's a big Mets fan. Fuck the Mets because of how their announcer treated Matt Shaw, okay? Fuck them. That's what they deserve. Putting up the pride flag instead of the American flag during the national anthem.
Yeah.
Bunch of queers in Queens. Fuck them. So, Dom H. Speaking of New York baseball teams, Dom H. with 10 Sports Wars memberships. Thank you, Dom. Quagmire. I'm bigly convinced that demons follow Ryan. You might have something on there. To be honest, I run into bad shit everywhere. It's still flashing. Dom H. MLB playoffs. The era of Dart. Let's go. Thank you. Eric K. How do they call that interference to keep the drive alive in the Illinois game at the end? USC loss. Still a great game. Jose Taco says, chirp. I hope it's not going off. I don't hear anything. American Man October baseball is upon us, and the trash can crew have been given the boot by a hit by pitch walk-off. Absolutely beautiful. Let's talk about baseball real quick. Let's talk about baseball because we have almost completely figured out exactly what the setup is going to be for the Major League Baseball playoffs. There's one more team to be decided. And we can look right here. We can see American League wild card. The Yankees have clinched. The Red Sox have clinched. The Tigers have clinched. Now, I do think there's still a chance that it could be the Guardians or the Tigers still to win the division. If I believe that's one of the things that can change there. But in terms of the teams in the AL, those are the teams that are in. And you got your division winners, and then these are your wild card teams. Houston Astros are eliminated. They are done. They are out. The Astros are out of the playoffs. Unfortunately, our man John Matrix can't be here to talk about it. But Astros eliminated.
And I saw that was, the first time since 2015 or 2016 that the Astros have not made the playoffs. So almost 10 years the Astros have made the playoffs.
They've been very consistent, man. They've been very consistent. So that is kind of the end of an era for them. And then Cubs, of course. Cubs will be hosting the Padres in this first round of the wild card. And then Reds and Mets. I believe the Reds hold the tiebreaker. So the Mets need the Reds to lose against the Brewers, and they need to win against are they playing the Marlins? Yeah. I think that's what the Mets need. Yeah. The Reds control their destiny. They can win, and they're in. So, but obviously a lot of drama. They talked about that, hit by pitch to walk off for the Cleveland Indians, now called the Cleveland Guardians, to leap and secure that. And now still sitting ahead of the Tigers. The Tigers, the biggest collapse we've seen in history. If it remains this way, Luckily, they still made the playoffs. If they had missed the playoffs, it would be even more embarrassing. But I got to tell you, because I am ready. I'm ready for October baseball. I'm ready for playoff baseball. The Cubs kind of getting that offense going again. Michael Busch, fucking 2 bombs, a triple, a double. And you know what? The dog shit Busch League piece of crap St. Louis Cardinals do. The St. Louis Cardinals, who are out of the playoffs once again, like the pussies that they are, like the dog shit fan base that they are. You know what they did in a game that was out of hand when you're out of the playoffs? They walked him in the bottom of the 8th inning when he was up to bat, needed a single for the cycle. Walked him for no reason. Intentional walk. Fuck that fan base. Fuck that organization. Fuck the Cardinals.
Yeah,
dude.
that's
That pissed
scummy.
me off. That is Busch League, dude.
Yeah, that is. You're right.
That's like bunting in the 9th inning. Like when the game when the other team's like up 14-0 and the pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, that's like putting a bunt down.
Yeah. Scummy.
Now, if it's 1-0 in the 9th inning and you try to put a bunt down, I think that is perfectly acceptable. Right? But this bullshit, dude. You guys looking forward to the playoffs?
Oh yeah.
I always love postseason baseball.
It's
an
fun.
entirely different game. It's an entirely different game. Like I understand how you can get burnt out on the regular season, but this time of year when the games really start starting to matter, and then you get into the postseason, it's so fucking exciting, man.
Yeah, and I think also the fact that if you're ever going to take a long shot, like odds wise, to like squeak through and win, this would be the year. It doesn't feel like there's any one real dominant team. I mean, there's some really good teams, but it's going to come down to who's pitching well, and there's some good matchups coming up.
Bro, Cade Horton for the Cubs, fucking brutal, man. So he has been maybe the best pitcher in the league in the second half. He's got about a 1 ERA. Obviously, Skeens has been great all year long, but he's got like a 1.08 ERA. He's 8-1, Cade Horton, since the All-Star break. Should probably be like in contention there for Rookie of the Year in National League. I am pretty sure he broke his rib.
Ooh.
He 100% has a fractured rib, and he's on the IL now. I am almost positive that he fractured his rib by coughing because of inhaling cigars during their celebration making the postseason.
Oh no!
I have no confirmation. It just says he was coughing, and they think he did it while coughing. And I think it was because of the cigar smoke. That is my belief. You can't convince me otherwise. And if that is true, fuck my life. Our best pitcher, who's been pitching best for us, can't go in the playoffs.
I mean,
what
else
broke his rib coughing.
Why else would you be coughing that hard? You know, it would make sense.
Right.
Anyone's inhaled cigar smoke on accident, you know that feeling. It's rough.
Oh yeah, it happens.
And that is going to be, if that is true, if it remains like that, I am going to be so fucking sad. Maybe he can get healthy.
Beta rib.
Get healthy.
It's a blur.
But we'll see. And thank you to the big crowd watching over on Rumble. Thank you guys to the thousands and thousands of people watching over on Rumble. Obviously, still a lot to shake out. You know, Mariners have locked it up. Can we talk real quick about this AL MVP? Cal Raleigh, Aaron Judge.
Right.
Look, the home runs, a few more RBIs for Cal. Aaron Judge, a little bit off his normal season. He didn't hit 60. He's only hit, 53 or whatever it is. Bro, the OPS is so different. The batting average is so different. One way I heard it phrased is if you took 180 OPS off of Cal Raleigh, you would have an average baseball player. If you took 180 points down, like off of Aaron Judge's OPS, you would have Cal Raleigh. And it's going to be really tough, and people are going to have a tough time justifying their votes, especially because people are tired of Aaron Judge at this point. There's a little bit of fatigue with Aaron Judge in that. I certainly think that Cal Raleigh's having a great season, but I don't know, man. I think it's tough to not go with Judge when he's putting up the numbers that he still is. It's just tough. But do you have a dog in that fight?
Who, me?
Anybody?
Well, you guys know I was on Riley earlier in the year at 10-1 when Judge went out, in July for that 10-day stint. He jumped up to over 50%. I cashed out there, and then I bought back in on Judge a little bit. And then just last week, not actually less than a week ago, Judge was down to 40% chance to win it, which is like plus 150 odds. And I bought back in on him. He is now currently at 65, and Riley's at about 35% chance to win. I agree. It was one of those, when you step back and you look at the numbers, Judge should win this one. He beats him everywhere but home runs and maybe one other, I think you said RBIs or something like that. But
Yeah.
It comes down to, it's the voters, and the voters are these old school baseball purists. And as much as they love a good story, I think they're a slave to the stats. And you're not betting on who should win this one. You're trying to bet on which way do you think the voters are going to go. And I think they're going to go with Judge, even with some people say Judge fatigue. I don't think so in baseball. I mean, Ohtani's going to win it again this year. You know what I mean? So I think Judge is going to end up pulling it out.
Yeah, I'm a Judge too. I think Judge is going to win the AL MVP.
I just think he should. You know, I get there's a difference, and Aaron Judge missed some time as well. He missed a significant amount of time. Actually, it felt like. But yeah, when you look at across the board his numbers, I just think it's tough to not put him in there again. But Seattle has had a hell of a season, obviously. And they have clinched their division. Still, you've got the Central and you got the AL East still up for grabs going into the last game of the season. Blue Jays, Yankees, Guardians, Tigers. We'll see what happens. But
Cricket did make a good point on my show this week. He goes, you got to remember too, I mean, he's a catcher, Riley's a catcher, and he's catching all those games. And that's not something easy to do. And he's above average catcher defensively, I believe.
He's like a mid-plus catcher, in that area.
Yeah, but it would just be a storyline with him. But I think we're going to see, I can't remember, this is the first time that we have back-to-back winners of the AL and NL MVP. But I think we are going to see that.
Probably, which is a little boring, but kind of understandable.
People got to be better, be better.
Chris Curran on my way to Bucks Eagles. Let's fucking go Bucks.
Hell yeah,
dude.
Man. Have a good time.
Come on, Baker. I know you're a little banged up, dude, but somebody's got to fucking beat these cocksuckers, dude. Please.
Oh,
please.
We'll get to it.
Beat Jane for 5. No one hates the Mets more than Mets fans. I should know. I'm a Mets fan. Joe Man, what up, Ryan? If my Ravens lose again, I'm going to crash out. That said, good luck to your Bears. Hope you stomp the Raiders. Hope Geno throws another 3 picks. Can't wait to see Dart Beardo.
Yeah, we'll see.
Orangutan, the irony of Beardo being a Cali transplant wearing a University of Texas hat. Very Austin of you.
I'm wearing it for Arch Manning.
Gung Ho Mac, the Mets are used to choking, but it's usually on Dick.
Damn.
Storm Shadow, Beardo, wear another hat, jinx another team.
What's your favorite team, Storm Shadow? Let me know.
Always
Texas.
Always ghostly.
Probably is Texas, yeah.
Always ghostly for 10. Thank you. Wolfsbane, I know it's football season, but do y'all hear that Adam Silver wants to have Euro teams in the WNBA playoffs and mixing the leagues? With this and Kawhi Leonard, what's going on in the NBA?
What happened to Kawhi Leonard?
Well, that came out a while ago about the contract stuff where he reportedly may have been like getting a bunch of money under the table from Ballmer and all that shit for doing nothing.
Shit.
Like a fake company. Like, yeah. Thanks for the gift. Hope the Steelers hold out. Best of luck to all your teams, gents, except the Cowgirls. Just can't do it, John. Remain blessed, all. John's at the Texans game, I believe, today.
He's okay. Here's the thing with John, dude. He is an undercover Houston Texans fan. I think he might like the Texans more than the Cowboys.
Well, I think he's been a Cowboys fan all his life, but
that's the thing
because he lives in Houston and stuff. Like, yeah. I don't think he's undercover. I think he roots for him, but he's always going to be a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be though, but he has to be at this point. He's committed.
Yeah, you can't just stop,
Yeah, but you can tell he hates being a Cowboys fan right now.
Chris Pruitt, planning to be in NYC to see Tom Felton on Broadway's Cursed Child with My Fiance. That's actually really cool, Chris. I'll need football to cleanse after. Which one should we try to get? Jets or Giants? Or just see Knicks at Madison Square Garden?
I missed it. Planning to see... Well, the Jets play tomorrow night.
I think he's going on a trip, not meaning today.
Oh, okay. Well, it just depends on who's in town. I mean...
That starts in November. So the cursed child does.
Okay. Which one should we try to get? Like tickets to the game? Is that what he's saying? I don't know.
This is what he's saying. He's saying, I'm gonna be in NYC. My fiance's dragging me to a play, and I need sports to like cleanse after. What should I do? Jets, Giants, or go see the Knicks?
That's go see the Knicks. They're actually good this next season. They're going to be good.
Go to a fucking football game, and it just depends on who's in town. They're not going to be in town at the same time, so it just depends on when you're there. And either the Giants are going to be in town or the Jets are going to be in town, and you're shit out of luck if they're both on the road. My bad.
You gotta go see Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
American Man Ryan beat those Padres faces while I'm still waiting who my opponent is. Don't who I'd rather face. Both teams have their pros and cons. Look, I'm gonna be rooting for us to crush the Padres. Gary's gonna be fucking crying. He's gonna be crying after we get done with them. Okay, that's how it's gonna work. Let's talk a little college football because we had a significant amount of upsets yesterday and really the past few days. Obviously, kind of starting with that Florida State upset.
So we're getting the advertisement.
Convenient delivery, always refreshing.
You can hear it.
Check out our family of brands at Ready.
There you go.
I can't hear it. I don't know why y'all can hear it. Fuck that ad. But anyway, so Florida State beat by Virginia. That was a double overtime game, I believe. And of course, we get a crazy field storming. Yeah. Look, Florida State's the 8th ranked team in the country. Virginia was like 3-1 before this. Come on, dude. Like, stop fucking storming the field for everything, bros. Stop storming the field for everything. At least this one's a little more justifiable than some others, but huge moment, huge win for Virginia, and a huge loss, obviously, for Florida State. Florida State loss that is not great for, Alabama, who lost to Florida State, early. Yeah. But Alabama had a good week in and of themselves. So let's look at all these upsets we had, and we'll talk about maybe which one was more surprising to you guys. Florida State upset by Virginia. Penn State upset at home by Oregon. Ole Miss beats LSU. Now that was at Ole Miss. So you did have that going for them. And then Georgia at home loses to Alabama. That is a huge win for Alabama.
I'm surprised Jeremy's not here because of the Alabama win,
I don't know where the fuck. I'm in his room, so I don't know where the fuck he's at. He's wandering around town. There's a comic convention here as well, so maybe he's hanging out there. I'm not sure.
Georgia had every opportunity to win that game last night. There was a crucial, I think it was like early, like maybe mid fourth quarter, wide open wide receiver for Georgia, and just drops it. And if he caught it, he might have scored.
If you told me Alabama scored no points in the second half, I would have said, oh, they definitely lost that game. So it was wild. And Kirby Smart had 2 chances in the second half to kick field goals, decided not to, went for it. And credit to Alabama's defense. They stuffed them each time. Even late in the game, they could have tied it up, potentially went to overtime, decided not to kick it. And they were makeable field goals. Now, I know Georgia has had kicker problems in the past, so maybe he just doesn't trust his kickers. But that was a great stop by Alabama's defense all night last night.
There was, I forget who it was, Alabama or Georgia, but there was one field goal attempt that went way fucking left.
That was Alabama.
God. It was Bama. The worst field goal kick I think I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. It was a mile left.
And didn't the announcer say like it was just barely missed or something like that? I think I saw people roasting the announcer on Twitter.
Was he like being a little sarcastic?
I didn't hear it, but people were saying this would like roasting the guy for calling it. So
yeah, like you just see massive duck hook, and he's like, "I just missed it." It could have been sarcastic. I was watching the game, the second half, with Jeremy. I saw him having a conniption fit. I was rooting so hard for Georgia. I'm not gonna lie. I was full Georgia Bulldog in that moment. I wanted them to pull that thing out so bad, but did not happen, unfortunately. Indiana kind of escapes against Iowa too. And Will, did you see that safety at the end of the game?
I was going to say, so I didn't have anything on this game because I know it's so hard to go down to Iowa. But the line was, it opened 6.5. A lot of people had Indiana 6.5. They're up 7, 3 seconds left, 4th down. He could have fell down after the 3 seconds was gone, but he played it safe and ran all the way back and took a safety. Didn't need to, did it anyways, just to make sure they won the game. And then that was huge for a lot of sports bettors out there.
That was because he could have just rolled out and chucked the ball way out of like up in the air, way out of bounds.
He went down at the 10, like time had expired, you know?
He could have done anything, but he runs straight back into the end zone safety cover. Holy shit. That is a bad beat if there ever was one, man.
There's been a lot of bad beats this year. Real quick on the betting side of things for people, we went past the 2 games that apply to this week, but if you're out there and you're a sports bettor, here's a system play for you. It's like over the last 5 years in college football, it's 73% against the spread. It went 2-0 this week. If you're an unranked team playing a ranked team, or if you're the lower ranked team hosting playing a higher ranked team and you're favored in the match, you cover the spread 73% of the time. And that happened with Ole Miss. That's why I was on Ole Miss, and that happened with Arizona State as well.
Yeah, Ole Miss big win against LSU. That's a big loss for LSU, obviously. It was at home. So that certainly shakes things up for them. Ole Miss undefeated right now. And then Oregon, Penn State, that went to double overtime as well. So that was a double overtime game. Oregon pulls it out, and Penn State got down a little early in that game, if I recall. But I mean, not early in the game, but they got down and they had to try to come back in the fourth quarter. I think that everyone's talking about Penn State. Everyone's talking about the quarterback experience. Maybe could this be a number 1 overall pick you've got at Penn State for the first time in like 30 years? Maybe. But it was a wake-up call for them at home, losing to Oregon. Tough game. Really tough game. Oregon coming in there. But Oregon pulls it out, man.
Dude, Oregon, I was telling everyone because I feel like there's, with my chat and whatnot, there's a lot of East Coast and Southern bias. I'm like, I watched this Oregon team. I've grown up, half my family's huge Oregon fans. And this Oregon team might be the best team in the country. We'll see. But they're really good. That quarterback, I've got him for the Heisman. He shot up in the Heisman off. That guy is special. He is really good. He played well last night. Threw that pick there when they had to go for 2. Didn't matter because Penn State's had their own turnover and ended the game. But watch out for these Ducks, man. Their schedule, they have a tough game next week against Indiana. It's just going to be tough. It's home for Oregon, but you're coming back across country now. Indiana was on the road at Iowa in a tough game too, so we'll see. But after that, their 2 toughest games after Indiana is going to be USC and Washington. So they should be able to handle both those games. This Duck team might go undefeated again in the regular season and have the 1 seed. Don't be surprised by that.
Yeah, and obviously Ohio State still playing. They took care of things against Washington. So Ohio State's still going to be rock solid there at number 1. But we are going to have a big shakeup in the top 25.
I love that Ohio State game. Every sharp sports bettor I knew was taking the 8.5 the Huskies. I'm telling you, the Huskies are not good. I'm like, they're not going to be able to move the ball on this Ohio State defense. Ohio State had some turnovers early in that game that kept the Huskies in it, but it felt good as a Coug to watch the Huskies get their ass beat.
Hell yeah. Purdue sucks this year. I hate college football because Purdue sucks. But there were a lot of good games yesterday, which is great. Hasib Mian. It may not have been James Franklin's fault, but PSU continues to put themselves in holes early in big games, leaving it up to Allar's a nightmare. Drew Aller, I think people are overhyping him a little bit, but he's obviously got some experience, so which is a good thing.
If Penn State can't win the title this year, when are they ever going to do it?
Never.
Like, this is their year to do it.
Maverick Miller for 5. I live 25 minutes north of Iowa City, so I'm a Hawks fan by blood, not choice. I think if our QB doesn't get injured, we win. Backup came in and shit the bed. Iowa football, not usually that exciting. A lot of punts, a lot of running. But I thought they had a chance to put that one away. And fuck IU, dude. I fucking hate IU. I hate them. Especially because they're good at football for the first 2-year span in the entire history of the existence of their stupid-ass program. And they think they're shit now. Fuck them. That's just because we suck. I'm really mad. KW on Rumble, couple things. Have y'all seen the picture of the Titans record under Amy? this is what happens when you trade away a whole playoff team. Just go ahead and pick against them every game this season. And then KW also says, if my Vols are going to have a thriller every single conference game they play, with everything else going on, I think my heart might explode. I hope that doesn't happen to you. But you never know. We are going to get into the NFL games. Do we have an update? I haven't been able to pay attention. The Steelers are destroying the Vikings.
The Steelers just kicked a field goal a little bit ago. Now the Vikings have the ball. But
24-6.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of pressure on Carson Wentz.
Carson, I made a prediction. I made a bold prediction that you were not going to give that football back to the bum, J.J. McCarthy. Damn it.
They're driving, though. They're trying to put something together.
Come on.
There's enough time on the clock. I mean, they need to lock it in right now with 11 minutes left in the game, but it's not impossible.
Look, people who got Justin Jefferson, anytime touchdown on Prize Picks, you're watching that game. Your eyes are glued to that game, no doubt. And speaking of, we might as well take this opportunity, don't you think, Beardo, to talk about Prize Picks.
Yep.
You guys know we love Prize Picks here. They're awesome. They've been with us a couple years now, so we appreciate the hell out of them. But this episode, this stream, is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. And obviously right now we've got baseball playoffs upcoming. We are right in the swing of the NFL, of football season. So all you got to do, it's pretty simple. It's pretty basic. Whether you want to look at Jalen or Hurts, whether you want to look at James Cook, whether you want to see what Josh Allen is doing, just look at the stat projections and pick over or less or more. It's as simple as that. Want to make, usually I have all this set up, but because we're traveling, it's a little tougher. But Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 stat projections. If you get your picks right, you cash in. It's also the best way to get on the action in more than 40 plus states, including places like California, Texas, Georgia, and of course, Florida, which is important to me and Beardo because we can actually play it in the great state of Florida. Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. So we're going to be talking about
right
some
there?
of these. That demon, the Baker
Mayfield
demon.
demon, more than 1.5 passing TDs. Go ahead and hammer that. Go ahead and hammer that today if you're on Prize Picks. He might throw 3 or 4 touchdowns today.
He is dealing with an injury, and he is going up against Philly.
That's fine. That's fine. Also, if you want to look at Sterling Shepard with Mike Evans out, look at Sterling Shepard to go more on his receptions as well today. Plus, he's getting in the end zone as well.
I like that Josh Allen one. Be a little contrarian and go less on his passing yards.
I think it's a huge possibility he could. I think James Cook is going to have a big day against that New Orleans Saints team. So whether you're looking at maybe anytime touchdown for James Cook, whether you're looking at fantasy score overall for James Cook, who they're utilizing the passing game a little bit, I think all those for James Cook are probably pretty hot for today. And of course, this is basically a freebie. If you guys go on today, this is a freebie right here, the Jalen Hurts. Now, it's a freebie for almost every other quarterback. For Jalen Hurts, he might not have a yard passing because, the Eagles. But download the app today or go to the website and use code GGOVER to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code GGOVER and get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even have to win. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. A shout out to our boys over at Prize Picks.
Hawkinson, man, dude. He just caught a 6-yard dig route and just muscled his way to the fucking first down. He carried 3 Pittsburgh Steelers defenders on his back for a first down.
Where was that in the first half?
That was right now.
I know, but where was that in the first half? No, he does it when they're down 24-6 or whatever they are. I don't think we're going to win that one.
All right, boys. Can you hear anything? Is there anything playing?
Not yet.
No.
All right. Just let me know if it happens. Let's get to it. Let's get to the slate of NFL games. Now, obviously, we're in the middle of one because it's in Ireland. I picked the Vikings. Here to pick the Vikings. We'll pick the Vikings. Looks like we're all shit out of luck. Let's go Carson Wentz. Comeback train, baby. Fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
But whatever. At 1, Commanders, Falcons. Atlanta, a 2.5-point favorite, despite Atlanta having looked like absolute dog shit for a little while here, especially last week. Commanders, without Jaden Daniels, I believe Marcus Mariota is going to get the start again. I got Commanders. I got Commanders. And I think that, I know it's at Atlanta, but I got Commanders because I think that offense works almost as effectively with Marcus Mariota as it does with Jaden Daniels. I like the way that the team's built. And I think Atlanta fucking sucks, bro. I really think Atlanta fucking sucks.
Yeah, and they're cursed. I don't know if you heard, Ryan. I cursed the Atlanta Falcons this morning. Shame on that franchise. Shame on that fucking coaching staff for having the fucking nerve to put in Kirk Cousins last week, down 30 with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. You're going to put in fucking Kirk Cousins? You like that, Kirk Cousins? No. Nobody fucking like that. Leave in Michael Penis Jr. He fucking made his bed, make him fucking lay in it, and that 30-0 fucking blowout. Keep your fucking guy in there and let him get his ass beat. Don't put in fucking, you like that, Kirk Cousins. Falcons are cursed. I love the Redskins today. I love the Redskins. One of the but they're banged up. The Redskins are banged up. They got one of their tight ends out. So you know what that means, Ryan?
A Zach Ertz touchdown play.
Anytime fucking touchdown going down today on Prize Picks. He's getting in the end zone. Marcus Mariota's great and comfortable in that Cliff Kingsbury offense. Give me the fucking Skins, boys.
With my bad week last week, I did some homework. I got some notes for you. I won't be too long on some of these, but I got the Falcons. There's line open to Falcons +2, and then Jaden Daniels got ruled out, and Scary Terry's out as well. The Falcons are now 3-point favorites right now. Falcons last week got shut out 30-0, as we all know, but they won the yardage by over 100 yards. They won the the yards per play by almost 1 full yard. So Kevin Cole does this thing where he kind of what the true score should be. He like weeds out the noise. The true score should have been last week 10-7 based off the
Vikings
of the game. Oh, there we go. Which I mean still isn't great for the Falcons, but the Falcons are a much better home team. I like them here. I like them in this spot. Falcons became the 9th team since 1990 to score no points after being a 4 or more favorite. 7 of those 9 teams had a big game that had the big game letdown the week before. They went on to win 6-1 straight up, 5-2 against the spread. I like the Falcons at home to get it done against this banged up Commanders team.
Yeah. Fuck Michael Penis Jr. Okay. Sucks. I mean, Bijan's great. Bijan Robinson's phenomenal. So feed him the ball. Saints, Bills. This has got to be the biggest spread of the week, right? Almost 16 points at this point for the Buffalo Bills. I'm going Buffalo Bills all the way. I still think the Bills have some troubling issues, and they have to rely sometimes on Josh Allen just going out there and playing some backyard ball to get things done. I don't think their defense is very good. However, I think they are going to smash the Saints because it's the Saints.
Bills all day. Josh Allen's probably not going to play much of the second half, which tells, I have a feeling that with the 15.5 spread here, that the Saints will cover that. I think the Saints are going to get some garbage time points and make the game seem a little bit closer than it actually was in all reality. But give me the Bills to win.
Bills all the way. Josh Allen in his last 9 double-digit home games is 0-9 against the spread. This is a lot of points. I could only look at the Saints with the points here. Like if you couldn't you just see in the fourth quarter, Josh Allen sits. He sat like 8 fourth quarters last year because they were up so much. It could be 31-10, and couldn't you just see some sort of BS touchdown from the Saints against the backups of the Bills defense, which the Bills defense isn't all that great anyways. And the Saints get the cover here, but the Bills are going to win easy.
Browns coming off their huge win against NFC North Green Bay Packers. They got to play the NFC North again, but this time they got to go to Detroit. And that Cleveland defense does not, as most defenses don't travel as well as they do as they play at home. This is a Lions team who obviously for the past 2 weeks have been absolute just murdering it on offense. They've been operating on all cylinders. I got the Lions in the game. It's almost a 10-point spread, 9.5 at this point. And I think the Lions are probably going to run them out of the building.
Agreed. Lions, and they are going to cover that 9.5, and the total 44.5. That's going over as well, because I think the Lions could score 44 points just themselves. So give me the Lions, the over, and they're going to cover.
I got some crazy stats in this game. First of all, the Lions under the Dan Campbell era are covering the spread at 70%, which is insane.
That's
but
crazy.
Last week the Browns were a 8.5 point dog. If you're a 7.5 point underdog and you win outright, and the following week you're a 7 or more dog, which they are here, going back to 2012, you're 8-18 against the spread, so not good. But this is the one that really did it for me about taking the Lions. I know it's a short week. They played Monday. They had a huge win on Monday Night Football against Baltimore. Usually this would be like a flat spot for most teams. Under Dan Campbell, Detroit is 22-6 against the spread in their next game after they win by 6 or more points. 19-5 against the spread after they win by 7 or more. Dan Campbell gets his boys ready. I like the Lions. I like them to cover easy today.
There you go. Sorry, Browns. Good win. Might be your only one this season. Panthers, Patriots. The Panthers coming off a stunning, incredible victory. They are going. The juggernaut Panthers are going to play the juggernaut New England Patriots. Will, how do you feel about this game?
Well, I think the Patriots are going to win. But for the spread-wise, at the beginning of the week, I was a little nervous, and I dug in, looked at the numbers. The Patriots, 4 fumbles last week plus an interception, still had a chance to win that game. They're home here, which I like. The Panthers, like I said earlier, those numbers, that's 30-point. It's not the numbers you would typically see when you win 30-0. So I think they're a little fraudulent there. It is scary. This is the 5th time the Panthers are playing the Patriots. The previous 4 times, they were underdogs each time and covered every single time. So that's even including some of the Brady era and whatnot. Yeah. So that's kind of scary. But Mike Vrabel does well against bad teams in his career against a team below 500, 28-11 straight up. Bryce Young is terrible, as we all know.
Is Christian Gonzalez back yet?
He's supposed to make his debut today. So that's going to be good. And then the Panthers won by 30 or more, or 30 points last week. If you won by 30 or more in week 3, the following week, you were 36-57 against the spread, so 39%. So I like my Patriots today. I haven't liked them all year, but I like them, and I like them to cover the 5.5.
It's just random fucking shit. The 100 times that people have won by 30 points in week 3.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I like the Patriots. I'm taking the Patriots in this game because it's at home, and the Panthers, I think they fucking suck. They didn't really play all that well last week. The Falcons just sucked. The Falcons were so bad. Bryce Young wasn't, I think he ran in a touchdown, but he didn't have to throw that much. They were just able to dominate. And so I don't think the Panthers are. I got
a Bryce Young stat for you that won't surprise you, but it still is damning. When he's playing a non-divisional opponent on the road, he's 0-9 straight up and losing the spread by 12.9 points per game.
Yeah, it's not expected, I suppose. Beardo, who you got?
I got the Patriots as well. This is going to be a gross, disgusting game. I don't think it's probably going to be shown much on Red Zone today.
Chargers and the Giants. The Jackson Dart era begins. Beardo, how do we feel about it, buddy?
Just like Daniel Jones, the quarterback wasn't the problem. We got bigger issues there, offensive line problems, and also between the play calling between Mike Kafka and Brian Dable. It's horrendous. It's gross. It's vomit. Russell Wilson, when they get into the goal line, just the play calling, and Russell Wilson's forced to throw the ball out of the end zone to throw it away. If I see Jackson Dart do that today as well, when they get into scoring range, I don't know what I'm going to do, Ryan. I'm going to go play Minecraft and jump off a bridge, if you know what I'm saying. Hurt. We signed Young Wei Koo.
That's right. Is he playing?
He better fucking be. He better be. Shit. No, I'm excited to see Jackson Dart. I think this is a few weeks too early for Jackson Dart. I don't like him in this spot against the Chargers. The Giants suck at home. I'm picking the Chargers. The Chargers are going to cover that 6.5. I think they win by 2 scores. This is going to be a gross blowout. The Giants fucking stink. So give me the Chargers.
I don't know what's on Will's little piece of paper there, but I know that Harbaugh against rookie quarterbacks, it does not work well for those rookie quarterbacks. I hope the Jackson Dart, we get to see a lot of them, get to see some of the explosive plays and get to see them grow and stuff like that this year. This is a toss away year for the Giants. They're not going to be any good. But it's going to be exciting to see Jackson Dart. On the other end, Justin Herbert is playing just as well as anyone right now. I love what they're doing. I love that offense. And I got the Chargers by about a zillion.
Yep.
There is a world where I could see Jackson Dart come out and actually get the ball to Malik Neighbors, unlike what Russell Wilson could do, and they could have some success today and keep this close. But and usually I want to fade the hot team like the Chargers here, but the stats are just too damning. I mean, you were right. Jim Harbaugh, since he's been the head coach of the Chargers, 4-0 straight up and against the spread against rookie QBs. Rookie QBs are terrible to start the season. Over the last 5 seasons, QBs making their first career start, 14-35 straight up. Herbert's great on the road, 27-16 against the spread. I got to go with the Chargers, and I would lay the points with them too.
Yeah, I mean, it's right now it's less than a touchdown, so I definitely think that's what I would do. I'd take him to cover. Eagles Buccaneers, dude, huge game. The Bucs are very banged up. Now Baker's going to play. They're also getting back their offensive lineman who's been out, who's not played yet this year in Wirf. They're also reportedly, I don't know if there's been any official, but I think that Chris Godwin's going to play for the first time since that horrific injury last year. Right. So they're getting some guys back, but Baker is banged up. Look, probably shouldn't have. Got burned last week. The fucking Rams should have won that game. About 1 million times they should have won that game. I'm taking the Bucs at home to take down the filthy, disgusting Birds.
I'm right there with you. I have the Buccaneers as well at home. I think Chris Godwin, I'd assume that he's going to be limited, although that he's going to play. Mike Evans out, so I assume that Sterling Shepard's probably going to have a big day. He'll probably be the main target for Baker. Yeah, and you also have to take into consideration the Buccaneers are one of the best teams at defending the tush push. So look for the tush push to be limited today as well. I like the Buccaneers.
The Eagles, there's actually a metric where you can see how lucky a team is. Like a game you should have won that you shouldn't have. The Eagles are the luckiest team this year, but the Bucs are the second luckiest. I mean, 4 or 3 fourth quarter comebacks. I don't want any of these teams. If there's ever a game that ends in a tie, I think it could be this one. It'll just be gross. But the Bucs are banged up, missing 3 offensive linemen this week. Obviously, the Mike Evans, I'm not going to give you all the numbers, so just trust me when I tell you everything statistically, offensively goes down when Mike Evans is not playing. But maybe with Ibuka now, that changes, and you are getting Godwin back. But we don't know what role Godwin's going to play, how limited he's going to be in his first game back. At the end of the day, I don't feel good either way about this. I ended up picking the Eagles. I will take the Eagles because I trust Todd Bowles to do something stupid at the end of the game.
Yeah. This is totally a vibes thing. My pick is because I hate the Eagles. I despise the Eagles. But Baker Mayfield is a vibes guy. And I got the vibes with Baker. 3 straight fourth quarter comebacks. They ain't going to let anything stand in their way. He might be hurt. He might be injured. It don't matter. Jalen Carter might try to, drag race him or something. That might be the only way you can get Baker Mayfield off this field is if Jalen Carter gets him killed. All right?
Holy
because
fuck.
Baker Mayfield going to get it done.
Dude.
What just happened?
There's a timeout. It's 4th and goal for Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers was trying to wave off the field goal unit. Someone called the timeout. I think Minnesota called the timeout. Tomlin put out the field goal unit. Rodgers went over there, bitched in his face, and now the offense is back out on a 4th and goal.
I hope they don't convert.
And Mike Tomlin is not happy on the sideline that Rodgers waved everybody off. They're going for it right now. 4th and goal, tight end in motion, give up the middle to the running back 14.
Stuffed?
It's going to be close. Nope, turnover on downs at the 1 yard line, and Mike Tomlin's nodding his head yes. Rodgers is pissed. Turnover on downs. 24-14 Pittsburgh with 4 minutes left. Minnesota only has 1 timeout.
Oh.
It's going to be, you got to score in 2 minutes and onside kick. We'll see. Next game, Titans Texans. Talk about a puke fest, bro. This
Gross.
might be, this has to be, not this might be, this has to be the game where the Texans get it done and get back on track. CJ Stroud needs to go out there and play extremely well. CJ Stroud has played not very well the past year. He just hasn't. From the second that he tried to, one up Caleb Williams and big brother him, to now, he's played not very good football. If you don't get it done now, and if you go to 0-4, kiss this season goodbye, maybe kiss some coaches goodbye, something. But I believe the Texans will win this game. I think the Titans are really bad. And I got the Texans finally getting in the win column.
I got the Texans too. This is going to be a gross, disgusting game. This might be the worst matchup of this entire NFL season so far and going forward. Give me the Texans, but this is going to be disgusting.
Yeah, give me the Texans. If you've got the ball, you got bigger balls than me if you lay the 7 with the Texans, but I wouldn't blame you for doing it. But yeah, this comes down to Cam Ward going up against that defense. The Texans are the first team to start off 0-3 while only giving up, I think 58 points.
53 points, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's offense is a problem, but what better way to get your offense going than going up against this Titans defense that statistically measures dead last and all the defensive categories. One note, if you do want to lay it with them, since 2015, we've seen 7 teams start off 0-3 who had a season win total before the season started of 9 or more, which is the Texans here. Those teams are 7-0 straight up, 6-0-1 against the spread in their 4th game.
They know they got to have it. Well, they got to fucking have it. So time to show up.
I thought they had to have it last week, though, and they didn't show up.
Colts Rams. Speaking of that AFC South battle that the Houston Texans are 3 games back on, the Colts going on the road for a challenge. Look, Indiana Jones, it's been a great story. We've seen them play extremely well. The best part about Daniel Jones is not only that you get to see the misery of Beardo as a Giants fan seeing Daniel Jones. The greatest part for me is I have been ringing the bell for as long as I can that I think Anthony Richardson is dog shit. He is absolute puke. He sucks. He's never going to get any better. He's awful. And yet all these people, especially all these black media commentators who are, they didn't give him a chance. You guys just hate him because he's black. All this shit. Bro, Daniel Jones comes in there and this offense looks completely different. Anthony Richardson will never see the field again unless it's due to injury, which I love. But in this game at LA, I think it is a challenge for this Colts team. They obviously had a challenge with Denver. They played a couple stinkers. Other than that, I think the Rams come away with the victory after pissing it away last week. But I think it's going to be close. It's tough for me to pick the Rams with as well as the Colts are playing.
This was one of my best bets this morning on Game On for the contest picks. I like the Colts. I like the Colts on the road, and I think they cover that 3.5 as well. Well, no, obviously if they're going to win, but yeah, I like that. That was retarded.
I'm going to pick them to win, but not to cover.
No. I like the fucking Colts, man. And your point about Daniel Jones, it's satisfying to me because for years I have been told that Daniel Jones sucks, that he's a bum. And I've been saying that Daniel Jones wasn't the problem, that there were bigger problems in New York. And now I finally feel vindicated that
it's been 3 games. Let's pump the brakes.
Oh, Daniel Jones might be the MVP this year.
I got the Rams today. Back-to-back home games for the Colts here. Or I'm sorry, back-to-back road games for the Colts here. I'm nervous with the Rams, how they're going to react to that big letdown loss against the Eagles. But the one thing for the Rams defense going for them is they are tied top of the league with the most sacks at 12. So Daniel Jones should be under pressure today. We'll see how Daniel Jones does under pressure. But I got to believe, I do think the Rams is one of the best teams in the NFC. I'm going to just bank on them coming home a little pissed off after letting that last one get away and then get right here against this Colts team who is everyone's darling. So I kind of want to fade them here on the road.
The Vikings had a big play. They're down on the 2-yard line right now.
Yeah, I think it's third. I think it's third down.
Goal, aren't they?
I think it's 3rd and goal. Yeah, 3rd and goal right here. Wentz in the shotgun.
Yeah, maybe
Play
we'll see a
fake.
comeback.
Nope. There you go. Deflected. It's going to be 4th and goal. They need a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in theory they could, right? The game is over if they don't score here. So it would be a tough thing to do, but you could kick the field goal to extend the game. We'll see what they do. Joe Mann for 5. Yeah, the people playing defense for Richardson were wild. He is bad. No two ways about it. He fucking sucked, dude. That dude has like a 52% completion percentage. Next game, Jaguars at the Niners. The 49ers are getting Brock Purdy back after Mac Jones filled in 2 really good, really solid games from Mac Jones to win those 2. 49ers are undefeated. This game is at home against the Jags. I'm taking the Niners.
Touchdown Vikings.
Touchdown Vikings.
On 4th down.
Let's go.
What's the time left?
2 minutes and 8 seconds. So they got the 2-minute warning and 1 timeout.
There's
Yeah,
a chance.
So got to do an onside kick here.
Got to go onside, and if you don't, you can still stop them and get the ball. Let's see. It won't take 8 seconds for an onside kick, so you will get the 2-minute warning. You do have 1 timeout, so you'll probably get the ball with around a minute left, something like that.
To get in field goal range, that's doable.
If they can pull it off.
They need to. Well, actually, what's it going to be? Yeah, it's the field goal to tie it. They're going for the extra point right now. Be hilarious if you fucking missed it. Fuck.
Now
That's good.
Jaguars have looked a little inconsistent. Trevor Lawrence certainly has looked inconsistent, throwing a lot of picks. They don't know what the fuck they're doing with Travis Hunter. Brian Robinson looks like a completely different character. Thomas looks like a completely different wide receiver. I am going 49ers.
I'm going with the Niners as well at home. Brock Purdy's supposed to be back. Juwan Jennings was out last week. This week he's listed as questionable. I think if he's a go at game time, I think the 49ers cover that 3.5 as well.
I'm going to go with the Niners. I don't feel great about it. This is a big stay away game for me. One of the reasons I don't feel good about it, Nick Bosa since 2019, the Niners are 6-12 straight up without him, and they're already injured all over the place. Mac Jones is coming back. I really don't see, or not Mac Jones, sorry, Brock Purdy. I don't notice the difference between those two offensively when they're out there. I mean, it seems like the offense runs the same. So we'll see.
It's Shanahan, bro. It's Shanahan.
Yeah,
you know.
I'll go with the Niners just because they're home, but I don't feel good either way.
I'm going with the Niners for their roster. Basically, I do think that Nick Bosa. I think you were smart to do what you did. The Nick Bosa injury is huge. Those type of elite pass rushing guys, they have a big impact on your entire defense. And I think that him being gone, I don't think a Super Bowl is possible for this team anymore. That's kind of how I feel about it. So, Ravens Chiefs rematch from a big game we saw last year to start the season off. Xavier Worthy, I believe, is going to be back for the Kansas City Chiefs. Ironically, likely is also back for the Ravens, who had that toe out of bounds on that catch last year against the Chiefs. The Ravens are 1-2. The Chiefs are 1-2. Did anybody think we would be here, that both these teams would be 1-2 when they had their matchup in week 4? The Ravens they're just having issues, man. Obviously, they went against the Lions last week, but give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs at home in this game.
I also have the Chiefs. Lamar Jackson, he's missing something. There's some miscommunication going on with Lamar Jackson and his receivers. So maybe he looked really bad against Detroit on Monday. He was overthrowing his receivers, underthrowing his receivers. Derrick Henry can't hold on to the fucking ball, and this defense is easy to run on. So if the Chiefs can get Pacheco and Kareem Hunt moving, that's what they need. Give me the Chiefs at home.
Well, that's part of the problem. I think Patrick Mahomes might still be their leading rusher after 3 weeks, which is it's great that he can create like that. That is not a recipe for long-time, consistent winning football for them.
When was the last time we saw the Chiefs at home as a dog, Beardo?
That would be last week against the Philadelphia Eagles.
It was a little inside joke on our show this morning. It was pretty.
Oh, wait, Beardo's like, when's the last time we saw that? It was
No,
like last week.
Ghost said that, and I go, last week. Beardo fell out of his chair laughing.
I was like, he's trying to like make this like great point. He's like, man, when was the last time with Patrick Mahomes that the Chiefs were dogs at home? And Will was so quick. He's like, last week against the Eagles. It was fucking hilarious.
I'm on the Ravens here. I don't feel great about it. I did earlier in the week. The more I dig through it, I don't. But I still like the Ravens, mainly because I'm being stubborn. Because I have the Chiefs missing the playoffs this season. And if they go 1-3, it's over. If the Ravens go 1-3 in their division, I think they can still come back and win that division. Chiefs, especially if the Chargers beat the Giants today, Chiefs can't afford to go 1-3, and the Chargers go 4-0. Makes me nervous about this Ravens defense. Offensively, I think the Ravens are going to be fine and they're going to be able to move the ball. Last week, they just looked like they weren't playing with any urgency, and I know that they're going to be on the road. They're on the road here, so I believe them to be focused up, and it's the Chiefs. They're going to be up for this game. Defensively with the Ravens, they're terrible. I hate it. I don't feel good about it. The thing you can do against this Ravens team, you can run the ball. We watched Detroit do it all last Monday night. And good thing for the Ravens, though, the Chiefs don't run the ball. Like you said, Ryan, Patrick Mahomes is a leading rusher for the team. That's not good. Maybe Andy Reid schemes something up with Pacheco in the run game today. I don't know. But I'll trust the Ravens here to get it done.
Yeah, I don't feel good taking the Chiefs. I think it's like my 1 or 2, point on that confidence pick, but just the vibes. Now, Bears, Raiders. The Bears coming off a really good performance against the Dallas Cowboys. The Raiders coming off Geno Smith being Geno Smith. They have not been able to run the ball effectively. Ashton Genty under kind of heavy criticism. However, I think when you look at his average yards before contact, he's negative right now. He's getting hit behind the line of scrimmage more often than he's not. So we'll see if they can get that going against this Bears team. Bears still have a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball. Colston Loveland is also going to be out, it seems, for this game, which is very disappointing. The Bears have been an underdog all week. I do think that Vegas Stadium will feel like Soldier Field. I think that there's going to be a lot of Bears fans. That's going to be my guess in Las Vegas. I'm picking my Chicago Bears, just like I picked them to beat Dallas last week. I'm picking them to go on the road, get Ben Johnson's first road victory. I don't think we're going to see, I don't think we're going to see 4 touchdown, 145 perfect passer rating, offensive player of the week for Caleb Williams. But I do think that this offense is going to play well enough. I think hopefully they run the ball a little better than they did. This is what I will say. The biggest difference I saw last week is Caleb Williams was operating within the pocket and was not under pressure because this offensive line held up. Now, Wright is out. This offensive line did not have to go up against a Max Crosby type of pass rusher, which they will this week. I think Max is going to give them problems wherever they line him up. Whether it's on right tackle, whether it's on left tackle, I think he's going to give them problems. So you're going to need to see Caleb Williams kind of flushed out of the pocket more often than he was last week. But I got him winning.
This is going to be an interesting one because of Max Crosby putting pressure on Caleb Williams. But the Raiders fucking stink. It doesn't matter where they play. I don't care that they're back in home in Las Vegas. Geno Smith fucking sucks. This offense is fucking terrible. I feel bad for Pete Carroll. Because his team is just fucking trash. Geno Smith might throw 2 picks today. He's always due. He loves throwing picks. This might be the only time I picked the Bears all season long, but I'm going with the Bears.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I like to bet on games and enter in these contests and whatnot. And I'm in one contest where you have to pick against. Yeah. You have to pick against the spread each week, and it's a survivor. 13,000 people entered. There's 1,200 of us left. I got 1 entry left, and I'm putting it all on the Raiders here. I love the Raiders as my best bet of the week. Essentially, it's a $175,000 bet because that's the prize pool here on the Raiders. The Bears. This is more about 1, the Raiders playing better at home, and 2, the Bears. I need to see them do it back to back. Can they today? They can, yes. But since 2018, the Bears. Quarterbacks for the Bears since 2018 who throw 3 or more touchdown passes the week before, the next week they're 6 and 10 straight up, 5-11 against the spread. I know in the chat, I'm getting a lot of shit with like all these stats and my picks suck. I deserve that. I'm telling you, I love the slate this week. Give me the Raiders. It's disgusting. It's gross, which makes me love it even more. I think the Raiders are going to win today. Sorry, Ryan.
Hey, that's all right. Well, you picked the Bears against the Cowboys last week, right?
Yep.
You were with me that week, but then you also picked them to beat the Lions, didn't you?
Probably.
Yeah. So, yeah, you
all over the place.
You've been on, you've been off. Yeah. So we'll see. I pray that is not the case. Look, Bears, like it's a big difference going into this bye week. 1-3 versus 2-2. 2-2, you feel good, even though you should have had that Vikings game. Got demolished by the Lions, but if they can get back, win a road game, it's going to be huge for them. I think it's going to be a solid game.
Did you say the Bears have a bye week next week?
They do.
Teams going into their bye week cover at like 60% rate over the last 5 years, so that's looking good for the Bears.
You should have looked at that one before you fucking
I
put
love the Raiders.
$175,000 on it.
Brock Bowers is fully healthy. You got Tucker out there, just big plays. I think it's going to be a good matchup for the Raiders offense.
And now tonight, huge game for obviously emotional reasons. Packers, Cowboys. Micah Parsons returns to Dallas. He still has to pay for the suite that he bought because Jerry Jones refused to give him his money back. Micah Parsons returns to Dallas. I think the Packers are going to run the Cowboys out of town. The Cowboys, also have some injury bugs still. CeeDee Lamb not back yet after that high ankle sprain. This offensive line for the Packers is not all that good, and we've seen what their defense is. I think the Packers bounce back from that awful loss to the Browns, and they beat the shit out of the Packers. Or they beat the shit out of the Cowboys.
Steelers are going to punt. There was a 4th and 1. Minnesota had a huge stop on 3rd and 1. 4th and 1, tried to draw him off sides. He was doing a hard count. They took the delay game, going to back him up, and it looks like the Steelers are going to punt this one away. Vikings, with 1:08 left, they'll probably get the ball back with
Ryan nailed it.
1:04.
I'm pretty good at my clock management skills, so I am not Matt Eberflus.
The Bucs should hire you then.
I'm going with Green Bay. Fuck the Packers. Wait, Cowboys. Damn
it. Yeah. It's so easy to just interchange those things. So yeah.
Shit, I know. Fuck the Cowboys. Give me Green Bay. But also fuck the Packers too.
Dude, I love this spot for the Packers. I'm taking the Packers. The fact that they went and lost to Cleveland last week is just embarrassing. That's a good Cleveland defense at home, though. But I expect Jordan Love to have a way cleaner pocket and be able to actually get the ball to his receivers this week against that god-awful Cowboys defense. I got the Packers in Survivor. I'm laying the points with the Packers here. I mean, we saw Dak when CD went out. He didn't know where to go with the ball other than to Jake Ferguson. If you're going to do the little dink and dunks with Jake Ferguson, who I like, by the way, all game long, you're not going to beat the Packers. I see a pissed off Packers team who has owned the Cowboys. I mean, don't forget, they were huge underdogs in the playoffs a couple years ago and went into Dallas and beat them outright. And that was when Micah was on the other team. Now Micah's playing for the Packers. I could only look at the Packers here.
And Micah's prize picks line, by the way, is 0.75.
Game over.
Stacks.
Carson Wentz just threw a pick.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Is that his 4th one?
I don't know.
That would be his 3rd. If he did.
Yeah.
First throw on the new fresh set of drives. First play.
I had it all planned out. Kevin O'Connell, I had it all planned out. I told you what you had to do. I told you how much time you're going to have left, and Carson Wentz blows it for me. Damn it.
No timeouts.
I can't believe I put money on Carson Wentz.
It was a bad ball, too, man. It came out awkward.
And now Monday, 2 games on Monday. Once again, I'm tired of this shit. Stop doing this shit. But 2 games on Monday. Jets, Dolphins. Jets, the return of Justin Fields after having one of the worst statistical games that any quarterback has ever had in history before he went out with a concussion. He returns. Tyrod Taylor back on the bench. Justin Fields and that high-powered, high-flying Jets play the Miami Dolphins. And I got the Dolphins, I guess. I got the Dolphins, I guess, in this game. It's do or die for both of these teams. Both of these teams suck. Both of these fucking or not both, but Mike McDaniel, I don't think he's going to be the head coach for long. Tua is constantly on defensive mode, defending himself against everybody in the media. It's all downhill, but I guess I got the Dolphins.
Damn. I'm going with the New York Jets. The Dolphins fucking stink. Give me the Jets.
I don't feel good about this at all. Like Ryan said, both these teams suck. I'm going with the Jets just because I think Miami just wants this to be over. I think if they know they lose to the Jets at home, that their changes are going to happen. And so give me the Jets suck, and I don't like how they're cheering themselves on with a moral victory and whatnot last week by having a chance to win that game. But at least they still seem like they got some fight in them. I don't know about this Dolphins team, so I'll take the underdog here.
That interception has been overruled. It was an incomplete pass. Our boy Carson Wentz is still in it.
Wow.
And he forgets the previous play. Doesn't even affect him. He'll go out there and throw another pick if he needs to.
That's part of the problem.
I was about to say.
He's
It'd be such a Carson Wentz thing to do. Just go back out there and throw another pick.
I'm going to go out there and throw another one. Watch me. Just watch me. He went for the super demon on prize picks, probably.
Hey, penalty on Pittsburgh. Holding.
Yeah. And then
Move the chains.
Bengals, Broncos. So Bengals, Broncos, which would have felt like such a different game with Joe Burrow at quarterback, but that is not the case. And I got the Broncos. I don't think the Broncos have looked as impressive as a lot of us thought they would be, especially with all those Super Bowl picks. I think they've had a little bit of bad luck as well, but some close games, a close loss to the Chargers, a close loss to the Colts, two good teams. But I got Denver at home against Jake Browning, who will throw 5 interceptions.
Same. Give me the Broncos at home.
I have the Broncos, but I think this is going to be closer than people think. 7.5. I haven't bet it yet. The spread's 7.5. I'm still thinking on it. It's tough because the public comes in and everyone sees the Bengals suck, Browning sucks, and whatnot, and they overreact. So I'm kind of leaning towards taking the points with the Bengals here, but the Broncos, especially since they need a win. Sean Payton's not afraid to run up the score, especially at home. So it makes me a little bit nervous, but I think the Broncos do get it done. I think it might be a better game than people think, though.
Steelers just got another flag, offside. So marching down the field, 5-yard penalties at a time.
What's up with this Tomlin? Like special teams mess ups, defensive penalties. Like this is not your typical Tomlin defense.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers wrecks teams. Aaron Rodgers is a locker room cancer. He destroys teams. He just does, man. And this is what happens. You bring Aaron Rodgers in, but you don't really bring him in. He's not there for all the fucking get to know you stuff. He's not there when all the guys are grinding before actual training camp. He's not there for OTAs. His lazy bum ass goes out, smokes ayahuasca, does whatever the fuck he wants, and then comes back in at the end. Barely practices with the guys. He's aloof. He's mysterious. He's fucking Aaron Rodgers. And that's why.
Do you smoke ayahuasca? I thought you drank it.
I don't fucking know what you do. I've never done it. So I just assume Aaron Rodgers smokes everything. But
okay.
Maybe you can drink it. I don't fucking know.
I think it's a drink. I think it comes out of a tree or a plant.
I think you can do both. If you can drink
maybe.
Ask Aaron Rodgers. He'll fucking talk your ear off about it. KW on Rumble, I missed this one earlier, says, I'm back, boys. August, September have been crazy months, but it's good to see y'all. Ryan, welcome to the state. Hope you're packing in Chattanooga. Beardo, Ace T Men Ofen. Will, I got nothing. Yeah, that's how you pronounce acetaminophen. That's right.
Yes. Yep.
Embarrassing.
Hey,
you know what's funny?
Look at how it's spelled.
Hearing everyone try to pronounce that as a pharmacist, I'm like, this is what I deal with every day with people trying to pronounce their drugs.
Acetaminophen.
But yeah, acetaminophen though, that is like, that's like
you should know that one.
Ibuprofen. Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
That's Tylenol.
No, I know it as Tylenol. Yeah. Ibuprofen is Advil.
Yeah. Yes, you are correct. Like,
I know
yes, but why didn't you know acetaminophen if you knew ibuprofen?
Yeah, he's got a point.
That's my thing. So
don't fucking ask me. I don't know. I don't have an excuse.
Doge for 5. RIP church leader Russell M. Nelson. Go BYU. Thank you, Doge, and RIP. Joey Fouts. Dallas defense made RW look like, or Russell Wilson look like 2013. Caleb Williams looking good against them doesn't mean he's not a bust. Caleb Williams is not a bust. Caleb Williams is going to be pretty good. But what I will say is, if you look at how the Bears were playing offensively, to me, that was a much more impressive game than what the Giants were doing. Russell Wilson was literally just chucking bombs. Like all the scores in that game, it wasn't these like sustained drives. It wasn't like, it was him throwing bombs.
Yep.
That was it. Let's see. We said that one. Chris Coran, show them the damn gay Jags commercial, please. I tell you what, Chris, I will show it next week. I'm on Jeremy's computer. I can't even fucking pull up my shit. So we will do the gay commercial next week. Joe, man, our offense isn't the issue. The problem is our defense, currently ranking 31. Lamar leading the league in touchdowns, but our defense can't stop shit. Yeah, Lamar's been solid this year. Like, no doubt about it. I don't think he's thrown a pick yet. Maybe he has, but I'm not. Right. I don't think he's thrown a pick yet. I will say, I mean, he took a lot of sacks. He took a lot of sacks last week.
7.
Yeah, seven sacks on Lamar Jackson. That is a huge number on Lamar Jackson. And some of that is because his desire to play, create plays and, extend the things, get the big plays and everything. But yeah, the defense has been pretty bad. Eric K, Ryder Cup's been great this year. Not great for America. I haven't been paying attention today, but yesterday was a little rough. I did see some DeChambeau, and DeChambeau's caddy got into it with a couple people. It was fucking fun. I'm going with Buffalo. Fuck the Bills, says Eric K.
That's game. Turnover on downs. It was 4th and 18. Didn't convert.
They didn't kick the field goal? They didn't try to kick the field goal there?
Dude, they
were at like the 30-yard line.
They were pinned back on like their own like 20 or 30.
Carson Wentz got an intentional grounding.
And then a delay of game that backed him up on 4th down.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but that's all we got today, gentlemen. The games are about to start. Unfortunate that the Vikings could not pull it out. We all lose on that one. But Beardo, what do you got going on, man?
Just gonna watch the games. I got a question for you guys. What do I do? Do I watch the Giants solo to watch Jackson Dart, or do I just turn on Red Zone? Just forget about it.
You multi-screen it. Fuck.
You can do both? Can I choose it though? Can I choose just to do the Giants and Red Zone, or is it going to be the 4x4?
I don't know if you can choose it, but it's the 4x4. But the screen sizes are the same.
Yeah. I wish I could just do
tablet or something, or on your phone. You can have the game going while you have Red Zone on the TV.
You know, Will, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I guess I can do that.
That's what I'm here for.
That's it. That was my only question. I'm done.
Yeah, so the answer is both.
Okay.
Will, what do you got going on at Game On?
Just going to be covering college football and NFL and the MLB playoffs every morning, 4:30 a.m. Pacific, here on Rumble at Game On Show, or over at YouTube at Game On_picks. If you want some more terrible picks and takes, come check me out.
There you go. We'll see how it all turns out. Will had a rough week last week, so maybe he's due for a bounce back. The Beast, man, fuck Rodgers. Crack ass quarterback. Get him out.
Man.
Get him out. Well, they're back.
That makes me more mad that Rodgers, and not that I lost betting on wins, but like that Rodgers gets a win here.
Yeah. And they're 3-1 now, which is such bullshit. They've played like dog shit.
Rodgers wanted to go to Minnesota.
Rodgers played fine, so that is true. I forgot about it. He's probably going to talk about it in the post game. Yes, Kevin O'Connell didn't want me, so meant a lot to beat everyone in that organization.
Classic Beardo revenge game. We missed it. What were we thinking?
I know.
Yeah, a Beardo revenge game.
He loves
Taker for 2. I can correctly pronounce. I would say Rosuvastatin.
Rosuvastatin.
Close. Beardo, you want to try?
I just did.
Is it teen?
It's Rosuvastatin.
Rosuvastatin.
That's Crestor. That's Crestor.
I've never heard of that shit.
It's a cholesterol medication.
Man, they need to make these names simpler.
Fuck cholesterol.
It's like a cousin of Lipitor.
John Gets Gaming. Stillers gonna Super Bowl 3-1, baby. On to 9-8. on to 9-8 is right. That is right. But hey, shout out to the big viewers over on Rumble. Nearly 5,000 people watched us today. Give the channel a follow. I believe we got the biggest sports channel on Rumble. I believe we got the biggest sports channel on Rumble over here.
Right behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Right mistaken. Right, unless I'm
We're,
mistaken.
my
so.
channel's about over on Rumble's about to pass. This week we might pass 20,000, which is pretty cool.
That's fun to
Hell
go.
yeah, dude. That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. But thank you to the Rumble people. Throw us a follow over there. We do this every single week. We'll be back tomorrow. I have to drive home tomorrow to be able to do Monday Evening Quarterback to talk about all the things we did right and all the things we got wrong. But we'll see you all there tomorrow night. All right. Bye, everybody.